We are now here with Brad at Boling Vision Center In Focus Optical Lab, where he's going to show us the process of how to make glasses.
Yes, so each pair of glasses starts with these pucks. And so this is a progressive lens that will be carved down so that someone can see.
And so does this film that does that protect it?
Yes,
Okay.
and so what that's gonna do, so we have metal that connects to the back of this so that it can stay secure throughout the entire process.
Cool. So it says heating. Why does it need to,
So
what
if
does
you
the
look
heat help with?
in the back of this, so that's the metal that's gonna connect to the back.
So what is that part doing that you're
So
doing right now?
this is going to clamp down, and then what's gonna happen is I'm gonna push this button and metal flows down.
Oh, I see it.
So now, and this has to cool for 30 minutes so that it can go along this process and solidify enough that it actually stay on and not fall off. So then we'll come over here, and what this does, it will take this puck and carve down that prescription into the puck, and so it comes. So this takes about 2 minutes, but it's a diamond tip blade that shaves off all of this material. So you'll get a puck to something that looks a lot more like a pair of glasses.
And so you have to do this with each
Every pair,
each- okay.
every lens that comes through here has to go through this machine.
Cool.
So from here, this is called the engraver. You have to put progressive markings on it. Then it also puts our logo on the lens.
Oh, cool.
And so it will go in here and then engrave a very fine, like most people have it on there, especially if they have progressives, but you can never see it. It's that like see-through.
Yeah.
So they go through and put that progressive markings on them.
Okay.
And then from here, we go to the polisher. So this is where it takes, so every puck comes in with our coat on top of it, right? It's called a hard coat. It's to help with like scratches. And so we have just taken a lens and carved it down, right? Well, that is rough, that diamond tip blade.
Yeah.
And so we come here to polish that up and make that surface nice and smooth. And so we polish it, and then again, we just took that coat off. And so from here, we put it back on that hard coat and give them that layer of protection to make sure that you're not scratching your lenses.
Right.
And so from here, we kind of have two different options. And so the first option is into our clean room, and we'll go in there in a second. And so from there, this is where we start putting on our anti-reflective coating. And so if you don't have that on your glasses, you lose up to 10% of your visual acuity from just not having that anti-reflective coating.
Wow.
And so you lose 10% of what you're seeing just by not having this coating, right? So you either have your clean room, or we go down to your finishing line. And so this is where we'll take those lenses and cut them to the shape of that frame. And so this is
Okay.
where you get that personalized frame cut, right? So in here, this is actually a really cool room. So all of these lenses are set for anti-reflective coating. And so what we're gonna do is take each lens and clean them really, really well. And so the reason we do that is we're going to clean them, bake them, and then put the coating on. And so this machine is incredibly unique. And so it will take the lenses in there and will create a vacuum. And so in order to create a vacuum, it has to suck everything out, right? Well, funny enough, lenses are actually porous. And so they will take water and will soak it up throughout this whole process that we just went through. And so we clean all the stuff off of it, and then we bake them to dry them out, right? Because once we get into this machine, anything that's on it, any oil, any water, it has to suck it out. And so this will suck all of that water and moisture out, but the less you have on there, the quicker that it is.
Okay.
And so a fingerprint, any water that's in there, will add like half an hour to this process. So once it creates that vacuum, there is a 12-step process to put that anti-reflective coating on. It will take a laser and shoot these minerals. I'm not kidding. Shoot these minerals and atomize that mineral so that it coats all of these different lenses.
So does every glasses place have a room like this?
No, the closest one that you can get to from here is either Fort Wayne, Grand Rapids, or Indianapolis. And so you're going an hour and a half to 2 hours away before you get anything similar to this.
Yeah.
We like to control all of the processes, and so we can only ensure what we create, right? And
Yeah.
so in order to control all the variables, we've invested in this multi-million-dollar lab.
Wow, very cool.
Yep. So really cool machine, really cool room. And then we're going to come down here, this lens, and we'll cut it down into this shape.
Okay.
James, would you like to start this up? Are you ready?
Yeah.
So you will
Pop it in there. Sorry.
take that and then it grinds it down, kind of like the generator was doing earlier, and grind down that lens.
And so you can pick a shape that you want?
You can pick any shape that you want. So what we'll do is we'll measure the frame and get all of the dimensions of that frame and then match it exactly into this machine.
Okay. And is this what they do for sunglasses too?
Yep. Every lens that comes through will go through an edger because it comes out in that round circular shape.
Yeah.
We need to cut it off so that it fits into your frame.
Cool.
Yeah. So now it's taking that, it's making a groove along the edge so that it can, when you put it into that frame, it pops in and it stays secure, right? So if you look at a frame and you feel the edge, you see that?
Oh yeah, there's like a
So
line.
there's a groove in there that
Yeah.
will pop in so that when you're playing and you're wearing, or you have kids, or going on a roller coaster, your lenses aren't popping out. They're sitting in there safe and secure. So we got just a couple more seconds. So right now it's polishing it down. And then we're done.
On a wall fire.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
so
that's
cool.
all the material that kind of we just get off. And you get a finalized lens that will fit into those frames.
And that's the last step? Other than just popping it in the...
Popping it in, cleaning it off, and making sure it's correct. But yeah.
So total time, how long? Obviously we skipped some steps, but how long would you say it would take to make one pair of glasses?
So it probably takes about an hour. The AR machine takes a lot longer. So it takes about 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours just to be in that machine to put the coating on. And then it's about half hour to bake it, and then about a half hour to clean it. So that's about 3 hours in that room actively doing something. So all in all, each pair of lens will probably take anywhere from 4 to 5 hours of human touch.
Cool.
So,
Well,
yeah.
thank you so much for walking me through the process. I learned a lot and it's a very cool experience in here, so thank you.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure.